What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Josh Helm here. Today I'm back out checking on a project. This is our Rodeo Ridge plan. You guys have seen us do a little bit of update, maybe back when we did the wood framing, but today I'm here checking in on this project, and we've got quite a bit going on today, so it's going to be a little noisy. I'm going to kind of walk you through, show you a little bit of some of the progress on this build. Hope you guys enjoy this video. Let's get it going. So I want to tell you a little bit about the progress out here, and there's a couple of things that are a little bit different on this build. Number one, you'll see the step up in the center roof line, and you can also see we've got a decorative gable porch out here on the front. We've got our mason guys here, Abel and the crew here, working on stone, and they are actually doing the water table today. So they're putting that cap on there, really making everything look nice and getting a good slope as well, so all the runoff from the siding can run down and out. And then also adding weep holes as well. So this is a smooth looter that we're using for this water table, you can see. And this just shows you how all this comes together before we put the trim piece on. And these are the weep holes, which are really important to do across the bottom. But our clients wanted to change up the profile a little bit here. Now behind all this, we have the zip system, which you guys would have seen in the first time we came out here. And that's where all of our waterproofing methods are done. And on the back of this build, I'll show you guys how we seal around the bottom of that zip as well. But this just kind of shows you how all this trims out. They are changing their color profile with the J trim with a black, assuming that there's going to be a black trim that comes down these corners to match all of that. And that's a typical setup there. So here you can see we're working on putting these water tables on. This is the lead stone. They're actually fabricating out here on site. And we're gonna put one of these on for us, I think. Like a glove. So he's going to adjust his level all across, and you can see our metal guys have already installed this flashing, so they're working to this line all the way underneath as they come back around. And there you can see the zip system back there. They'll have the weep holes at the bottom to protect all that. So this panel that we're using here is a lot of times what we're using up on the soffits underneath here. And but we usually reverse this panel, so you'll have the flat side down. But here they're just kind of going for it a little bit different profile, and you can do that. You can change that up. This is the same gauge material, it's just a different shape is really the only thing than the R panel, the standard R panel, which we're using on the roof here of this build. They're working this stone to a string line here to make it all consistent and to keep it straight. You can do this both ways. You could do your stone with your water table first and then add your metal, but it usually works out pretty good this way. There's some flexibility as well to this. You know, the guys have developed a system of how we normally do this. Overall, I would say there's some aesthetically pleasing features about this build. You're gonna have the contrast of the darker roof that caps all this off. Of course, we don't have all the trim details put on yet, but you will see all that in the final finish. Also, we don't have the soffits on. We do have our sheeting crew on site today. They're still working on a few more panels on the back, which I'll show you guys that after we go inside. It's gonna be a beautiful barndominium. As we come in through the front door, you can see we got some really nice steel doors here, star features on it. You guys remember this build? This is a roughly 2,900 square foot. You've got a dining area right here. This will be the kitchen space. We got some special things that we're doing with the air conditioning here, which I'll have to share more details later. But you can see how we did that cathedral look in this space. It's gonna be a little bit noisy in here because we got a lot of guys working. So I'm gonna try to keep the microphone facing me here. This is a cathedral ceiling that we did in this space. And our kitchen area will be right here, our dining room, living room over here, and this will look out to that beautiful back porch that we'll have, which is going to have some special details. I'll take you guys down the hall. Here we'll have a double stacking utility here, which will kind of serve this larger, I believe this is all like closet that goes into the master bathroom. So large dual sink vanity there. We got a lot. We're gonna have a tub here. We've got 10-foot ceilings as well. The guys have been in here working on the shower space, so you can kind of see how all this is getting dressed out. You can see we got some special details here with the valves and controls, and we got a rain head up top. We've got an ERV system in this build as well, so you can see the location of that. We don't have the lights on the ceiling in some of those areas poked through because we have full attic access above all this. Also off this bathroom, we've got a toilet, and here's the master bedroom. This is where all this flows. So keeping the theme of the split design, that's what we've got here. It's pretty noisy out here, which is what you want. Activity. We've got a closet here. This is the other side. I believe this is going to be a very large pantry right here off the kitchen. And continuing those high ceilings, this will flow off to the shop, which you've got a very large 1,200 square foot shop back here. Here's one of the bedrooms. I believe we got a 3-bedroom. This will be the closet with a natural light in it. And then we've got a bathroom right here. Very, very nice size bedroom here. And they've got these Anderson windows here. I believe these are the 100 series. And they did do the grid, and it's all white. Another bedroom. Well, we do have another bathroom right here, which I'll show you that in a second. But this is another bedroom, a little bit smaller bedroom with the bathroom and shower combo right here. And the guys are working to put all this cement board. This is a cementous board, 1/2 inch, which goes up on the wall. And then a closet right here off of this bedroom. 2 windows here on this one. 10-foot ceilings throughout. Now that's the shop over there. This is a bathroom. So this is a 1/2 bath, which will serve this back porch area. Told you guys it was gonna be noisy on this. So I'm here on the back porch, and our sheeting crew's back here. They're doing a little bit of cleanup, but we are going to have some of this porch, which is open to this back door area off the main living. You can see we actually flushed out this ceiling So they'll have a flat ceiling off of this porch instead of using the slope there. That's something the client wanted to do. Here, this is going to be a screened in porch. This we framed with wood. It's got the zip system and they're waterproof and all of that as well. You can see on the top, and then they'll have this metal cap piece that'll go right here on the top. Now, when it comes to the zip system, this shows you guys a little bit of how we treat all of the exterior of our homes. I've showed you guys this 1,000 times. This is how we seal at the bottom. So we've got our liquid flashing that comes right here where the concrete meets the zip. And we flush out this wall so that the concrete and zip fit flush together. This is the way that we do it. You can also see that we've got our zip tape, which is flashing around these windows. And then we've got our J-trim, which is where our standard siding comes into this place. Why is this important? Because you can see J-trim, if we didn't have, I mean, you can add fasteners, but spray foam can get between there if you don't use this zip system. I'll show you an example of where that becomes a concern over on our shop areas. So what do you guys think about this overall layout? It's kind of an L-shaped design. You got your living quarters back here on this side, and we've got the shop, which extends back here in the back. Also, the main access road will come in on that side too. All of the elevation on the front does show a little bit more character because it has that step up. Mainly, it's not really a step up, it's more of a step out because that front elevation is going past this corner here. So by doing that, it actually extends that ridge line forward, giving it a little bit more character as you're looking at the roof line itself. I think it does have a good look to it. So always, the more cut up your roof is, the more you've got to do to waterproof, more flashing, more details involved. So keep that in mind whenever you're trying to build a barndominium or any house for that matter. So one thing to keep in mind always when you're doing a different type of framing, let's say like in this instance where we're in our shop area, we do all steel framing here. What does that mean? That means our insulation barrier is now being accomplished with the siding of your build. Now, a lot of people build their barndominiums using this method for their living areas, but I'm going to show you why maybe that's not the best idea. I actually did a video where we were tearing down a barndominium and showed how some of the effects of water getting behind your stone can really do damage. But a lot of the reason why water was getting behind on that build was around the window areas for the J-trim was inviting water inside. So I showed you guys how the zip system is on the back porch areas, how we seal around the windows, and we have the walls, and we're able to use those walls as our moisture barrier. But when you're in the shop areas and you have all of the siding on the outside now also has to play a role as part of our moisture barrier. So we're attaching closed cell foam to all of this steel in these areas, and I have the guys added a lot more screws in here as well. But it's very important, it's very key that as you go around your windows, you don't just rely on the J-trim. So we use the purlins all around these areas, mainly to keep that closed cell foam from pushing out that flashing around those windows. And this is how we contend with any concerns of that. Now you can see that we came and sprayed the roof areas at a previous date because we were not done with the wall panels yet and we had to proceed with progress on the inside. So they went in and sprayed this, and this is what we do. We make sure we cover all of the steel to eliminate concern of condensation. Also makes it really nice for the guys as they're here working. So I'm gonna take another stroll through the inside and show you guys a little more here. Now, you can see this is a nice little setup because you got the cathedral ceiling that flows, points front to back. This will be the laundry room right here. And that's the customer's private closet area as well. So you'll be able to go access the laundry right off the closet. And this is our master bedroom, very large and spacious. And drywall guys are coming along really nicely. We will be ready for cabinets any day now. Got a toilet here, very large 2-sink vanity. I mean, that is huge wall. Big grand tub, got the natural light up here and a very private shower. And we use this cementous board all the way up to the ceiling, no matter how high. Now, most people, tile guys, they'll tell you, oh, you don't need to do all that. You just need to use a green board. Well, you don't have to worry about any of this mildewing, rotting away. It's all solid, and we got a very good surface right there. So if you have tile failure or whatever, that's what we do. So we'll also red guard all this. And you see we got the shower pan, but it also steps down as we do that where we pour. Now off the bathroom, it flows to this big closet area, which flows to a private office right here. And that office also is off the main entrance area. So hey, this is a pretty cool setup. I don't care who you are. It's a very cool setup. And the guys steadily making progress out here with their water table. Setting all this into place. Kind of dry fitting that piece. And another thing I should tell you about what Abel's doing is creating this little edge look right here on the outside. So, you know, we're cutting these pieces, but he creates this sort of rough edge on the outside as it goes. Like a true stonemason right there. Nice work, Abel. Looks good. Okay. All right, guys. Well, it's just another day out here on this project. We've got a lot more projects where progress is moving a lot like this one. So we've got to get on to the next project we're gonna go take a look at. But I hope you guys are enjoying seeing the Rodeo Ridge plan that we've got. If you're interested in knowing more about how you can build a barndominium like this, or interested in building an our radius, check out our plan site at bestbarndoplans.com. There are, at each plan, you can actually request a quote and get a quote instantly, just like that, on our site. Also, you can head on over to our website at texasbestbarndo.com. You can learn more about our radius. We got pre-planning strategies. We got all the stuff if you're interested in building out on your property. A lot more to come on this channel. Appreciate you guys that's been along with us on the journey. If you haven't already subscribed, please do that now. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook and Instagram. I'm Josh Helm, wishing you all the best. Thanks for watching. Texas Best.